Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Coffee with Katie. I got to see the nice steam off my coffee today and my Lord have mercy mug. So today's coffee is actually from Coffee Beanery and it is the Caramel Tres Leches flavor. Right here, got my little alligator clip on here. It's pretty good. My husband was the one that wanted to try this one. We've got multiple other flavors that we're working through at the moment, but it's pretty good. I think right now, they probably don't have it for much longer, but I think right now they have a macaron collection and they've got like pistachio, salted caramel, raspberry, maybe chocolate hazelnut. And those flavors, I feel like I've had kind of all of those flavors in some form, so I'm not getting any this month, but if you're interested, you should check it out. You may be wondering why in May I'm wearing a sweater. It's my awesome Star Wars Hoth sweater with AT-ATs on it. Super cool. And Imperial droids. Super fun. I love this sweater. But it's May. It's almost June. And it's 40 degrees outside. And I just got back from, being on the beach where it's warm and sunny and delightful. And here we are. It's a good time. It's a good time. This is fine. Everything's fine. Speaking of the beach, if you want to hear anything about my trip, I did get to go to Galaxy's Edge and I got to do a lot of stuff there that's Star Wars-y related with like lightsabers and droids and just different photo opportunities and shopping. And so if you're interested in anything about Star Wars, I would love to do a Star Wars video if you guys have any questions or you just want to see some more stuff. I got to build a lightsaber and I definitely teared up, which if you know me, I'm not a very emotional person. I don't really cry. I don't cry when I'm reading, fun fact, and I don't cry like in movies or things like that just because I know that some element of it is not real. And so it's hard for me to get emotions like that. But when I was building this lightsaber, the experience was just so magical that I like teared up at one point and it was so great. And if you want to see my lightsaber, I can show you. But it was so cool and I just can't wait. I want to go back immediately, but I had to return to reality. Luckily, we have this nice holiday weekend off, even though it's disgusting and dreary outside. But yeah, and if anybody has any good Star Wars books to recommend for me, that would actually be really great. I have several that have been either recommended or people have lent me or I've bought. But if anybody has any like hidden gems with that, that would be cool. Well, that was a lot of rambling. So today's video is actually going to be a small unhaul video. I know I did an unhaul video a while ago, and this wasn't like me going through my shelves pulling stuff off necessarily, but it was books that I had accumulated for one reason or another that I'll get into that I'm just going to be taking to like a half-price books or some sort of bookstore like that. To just kind of exchange for credit or exchange for some money. So a big portion of those books, my husband came across a yard sale and he wanted to pick up these books because it was like a bunch of books for like $10 or they were just really affordable. And he thought, hey, this would be really cool to get some and maybe try to like flip them, get some profit out of them, or maybe you want some of them, like I don't know. So he bought a bunch of them and I don't need any of them. So we kind of talked about it and he was like, well, maybe I could try to sell them, but he never listed them to try to sell them. And so I told him I'm going to see my family this summer and they have a half-price books near them because the closest one to us is 3 hours away and I was not about to do that. So I'm just going to do it when I go see my family and I'm just going to try to exchange them. And I have, a couple boxes of books, so maybe it'll be somewhat beneficial and maybe I can get some credit to buy some more books in the future. A lot of the ones are honestly Cassandra Clare books, which is great, but I already have them. So the first one is City of Heavenly Fire by Cassandra Clare, and this is in the Mortal Instruments series. And I actually really like this one in particular because it's the US edition of these spines, and I have, those are the Infernal Devices down there. I have the Mortal Instruments, but I think they're the UK paperbacks, so they're a lot smaller. And part of me was like, do I want to keep this and then get the US editions? But I was like, no, I don't need to do that. So I'm just gonna get rid of this guy. So we're gonna see a theme real quick, but he also got City of Bones by Cassandra Clare, and this is the old, I guess the first edition paperbacks, I'm not really sure. These are the older paperbacks that don't have the spine art and they have a different cover. And it has this soon to be a major motion picture in 2013. So City of Bones, gonna get rid of this guy. City of Ashes by Cassandra Clare, it has a nice sticker on it, but it also has the movie, like, I think this is a permanent sticker. Maybe it's an actual sticker, but anyway, has a little sticker on it for the movie. We also have City of Glass, Book 3 in the Mortal Instruments. City of Fallen Angels, Book 4 in the Mortal Instruments. City of Lost Souls, which is Book 5 in the Mortal Instruments. And obviously he bought this without a dust jacket, and so this is just kind of how it is, which is fine. And they're all obviously the older editions, but if I have a set of them, I don't need these. And then another one he bought, but I'm gonna kind of loop it in with another. So for those of you that don't know, I love the Renegades trilogy by Marissa Meyer. I love that series so much. It's actually where, if you follow me on Instagram, that's where my name comes from, Renegade Reader, because I read that series, and it's kind of like on a whim. I listened to the first book through my library on Libby, and then bought the other books as soon as I finished it, because I was in the second one. I was starting the second one when the third one came out, so I just went ahead and bought the second and the third one. And I love that series so much. It's so much fun. It's kind of about superheroes, but it's also about anarchists, so anti-superheroes, I guess the villain aspects. But then there's also a lot of like tension between anarchists rising up to power, being crushed, and then this is like before the setting of the book, so it's not really a spoiler. Anarchists rising up to tear apart the system, and then the superheroes rising up to crush the anarchists, and then kind of them battling for the power ever since, and it kind of being this almost political type scenario where each side is making questionable decisions because they want to, you know, make the world safer or make it a better place for everyone to live in. And it's a really interesting series. I highly recommend it. I know it's YA and it's Marissa Meyer, and people have issues with both of those things a lot of the times just because writing style or whatever, but I absolutely love it. So like I said, I had the second two in the trilogy, but I didn't have a physical copy of the first one. So I bought the physical copy of the first one in hardcover, so it matched my others. But when I got this, it was damaged like up here, and it was kind of like peeling off and just kind of messed up in a couple of different places. And the place that I bought it from, I told them about it. They sent me a replacement, and they said, you can keep this, donate it, do whatever you want to this copy. So I'm just gonna take it to the bookstore and give it to them. In the haul where my husband bought all the Mortal Instruments books, he also got Supernova, which is in that same series. This is the third book, so this is the most recent edition. And he got it, I'm not really sure because we have it right up there, but he got it and I don't need it, so I'm gonna put it with the Renegades book. And the next few are kind of odd reasons that I'm getting rid of them. Well, I guess it's not that weird, but it's kind of weird. So the first one is Star Daughter by Sveta Thakral. If I'm saying that wrong, please feel free to correct me. This is the Bookish Box edition, and it's really pretty. It's got this like really pretty gold cover and spine, and it had this like sticker, so it's like a signed book plate, but it was a sticker that you could put inside. And the naked hardcover is actually really pretty too. But I got this edition in this book box, and then at the time I was also subscribed to Owl Crate, and I got an Owl Crate edition of this book, and I don't need both editions, so I went ahead and kept the Owl Crate. It's behind me actually right here. It had these really pretty dark purple sprayed edges, so I just went ahead and kept that edition, and I don't need both of them. So I decided for a while that I was going to try to kind of sell this, but then I just started thinking about it, and I'm just going to donate it to the bookstore. Well, I guess I'm not donating it. I'm going to try to exchange it at the bookstore for some credit or some more books. Since I'm already, you know, making this huge haul, I just figured I'd throw it in there with that. So my husband really likes the Lauren Legacies. So those are the I Am Number 4 series by Pittacus Lore, and he bought all of them, but one of them got damaged, I think because he was taking it. He takes books with him like to work or just a lot of places that he goes. That way if he has some downtime, he can read something. And he did that with this, and I think in the like transition from home to work, he spilled a lot of coffee on it. So it's like really banged up. You can see it. You can definitely see the staining, but like the pages are messed up, the cover's messed up. It's just looking really beat up. And I found a copy of this exact one, because the other ones are fine, but I found a copy of this exact one for like $3 or $4, and it was in a lot better condition. So I told him I was just gonna go ahead and grab it for him, and then we'll take this, if anybody wants it, to the bookstore, or we'll donate it. But yeah, just thought I'd do that for him. This next one is kind of odd. So I bought this book. This is Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. This is my favorite classical novel. I don't read a lot of classics. I'm more of the person that's going to listen to them than read them, just because sometimes they're hard to digest. And I know a lot of people love classics. That's fine. I don't read a lot of classics for fun. I read a lot for school, and I think before this one, the one that I wanted to read was Pride and Prejudice, and I was listening to the audiobook and I got through a lot of it, but at the time it was a physical audiobook that I rented from my library, and I didn't have time to finish it, so I still haven't finished the book, but I watched the movie a million times, and I actually kind of prefer watching classical books as movies if they're done well. I watched Rebecca recently and really liked it. Anyway, Wuthering Heights is my favorite classical novel, and I bought this a long time ago. I think I was in high school, and it's just kind of it's a Penguin classic, but it's kind of an okay book. The spine's messed up because I was reading it for so long. I have certain books that if they're important to me, or I really liked them but I don't own them, or I own like a really affordable copy of it, I want to replace it with a nicer copy that I'm like proud to have, would like last longer and just be like a piece of me on my bookshelves. I know that sounds strange, but for instance, I don't have an edition of The Hobbit, and I love The Hobbit. I want to find like the edition of The Hobbit. Just like I want to find an edition that I really like of that book and buy it to have on my bookshelves, because I don't have one. And it was very similar with this. I just wanted to get a nicer edition of Wuthering Heights. And so because of that, and I know I'm gonna do it and I know it's gonna happen, I just decided to go ahead and give this up for now until I can replace it with a nice version. I don't even know if I want to get into this one, but it's a very strange situation. I ordered Six of Crows duology. We have Crooked Kingdom on paperback, and then we have Six of Crows on paperback, but they're mismatched. One's UK, one's US, so they're different sizes, and I hate it. And it was a gift from my husband a long time ago, and I didn't realize they were different sizes at the time, and it was a whole thing. But I thought, like, it'd be really cool if we bought the hardcovers, because they came with the sprayed edges, right? Wrong. So apparently, I don't know if they don't make them anymore, but I guess when you order them now, they don't have sprayed edges, they have normal edges. So I bought the Six of Crows duology in hardcover thinking they were gonna have the sprayed edges, and they don't. So I just decided that I didn't want to spend this much money. So I ended up getting refunded for them, and they told me, again, keep them, whatever. And I thought about keeping them. So I'm kind of torn. I might keep these and then get rid of my paperback version of Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom. Or I might get rid of the hardcovers and this guy and get a cheaper US edition of Six of Crows. I don't know, I'm kind of on the fence about that, but that's also, we'll tag that on there as a maybe. That is it for this little unhaul, very odd unhaul video. If there's any books that you're looking at on your shelves and you're thinking about unhauling them, let me know, and kind of maybe we can play off of each other, give each other opinions on if we should get rid of them or not. I'm also staring at this pile of books beside me because I'm gonna have another haul in the future, spoiler alert. And it's probably gonna be soon, but that's okay. Okay, and I'm also working on reading a lot this weekend to finish up my May reading so I can get my May reading wrap up. So I can get my May reading wrap up on my channel. And I'm feeling good about my pace. I feel like I'm starting to get to a lot of books that I've been wanting to read for a while, but for one reason or another haven't picked up or have been pushing off. So I'm excited to do that. Also, if you really like birthday book unboxings or birthday, unboxings, birthday hauls, things like that, I'm going to be doing one on my channel. My birthday's in July, so I got a couple months, and I'm probably gonna be saving up all the stuff I get, or if I get gift cards, I'm gonna be buying books. So I'm probably just gonna save all of the books that I get as gifts, and then all of the books that I buy myself as gifts. I'm probably gonna be saving all of those things up, or any bookish items like t-shirts or mugs or stuff like that. I'm gonna be saving it all up, and I'm going to be doing a big birthday unboxing, and I think it's gonna be super fun just to show you guys all the stuff that I got for my birthday or was sent for my birthday. I'm a very small channel, and I do not expect anybody to buy me anything, but if you did want to contribute to this video for some unknown reason, because I'm minuscule, I do have my Amazon wish list listed down below with books that I want, so if you wanted to send me a book, that'd be cool. Or, like coffee, chocolate. Or if you want to see any sort of like Star Wars unboxing videos or haul videos of the stuff that I got at Galaxy's Edge, I could do that. Just let me know. All right, everyone, that is it for today's video, and I will see you next time. Bye.